Grand Rising, everybody. Joseph Hennessy. The name of the channel is The Children. On YouTube, it's Joseph Hennessy 1161. I'm on a spiritual journey mission to lead Mother Gaia and all of us children to the fifth dimension, leaving this low frequency third dimension, miserable, doggy world to a better place of unconditional love and abundance. So I'm just trying to find like-minded people, starseeds, empaths, rainbow warriors, human beings, extraterrestrials, whatever you resonate as, because we're all spiritual beings having a human experience on Mother Gaia. And if you're listening to me, you're helped here to fix her, and we're fixing her slowly but surely. So it's Labor Day weekend. I've renamed it to Slave Board Day weekend. SLAVBOR. It's Labor Day. Slave and labor, because that's really what it is, a slave day. They give you one day off a year. That's very nice. So you can sit at home and barbecue and spend money that you don't have, or if you do have, it's just a waste of money. It's just all part of the matrix. Spend, buy, work, pay taxes. Just a never-ending cycle that's coming to an end. It's just a matter of us coming together as a collective, as one. Stop being divided by our skin color. And it never stops. And the biggest division that they're always trying to perpetuate is between black and white people. There's more poor white people in the United States than any race. There is no such thing as white privilege. It's just all about discrimination against each other, perpetuated by people who don't care about us. But it's coming to an end. But anyway, I just wanted to speak a little bit about 9/11 again. Can't get that off my mind. It's coming up in 10 days, 11 days. Is that right? No, it's coming up in a couple of days. What am I talking about? But anyway, I was talking to a gentleman yesterday, said he was working with a structural engineer. So he called him, and the guy said that he believed that the airplanes knocked the Twin Towers down. But that can't be true, because it's physically impossible for two sheets of aluminum to knock down those buildings with tons and tons and tons and tons of steel in them. If you see the way the buildings imploded, there's explosions, video after video showing detonated blasts, I-beams being ejected out, which is impossible. The building falling into its own footprint, which is impossible. Had to be a detonated blast. No airplane. Plenty of videos of people saying there was no airplanes involved, just explosions. Firemen in the building saying that there was just a couple of fires that they had it under control. Firemen say they heard detonated blasts coming down the building. Just one lie after another, and all of this was snubbed by the media, the fake news, because that's what they are. All they do is tell lies, propaganda. Barack Obama legalized the propaganda against us in 2014, but that didn't matter. They've been doing it to us for the last 75 years. They're paid shills. There's no way that two airplanes could have knocked those buildings down. I've heard hundreds of structural engineers saying it's impossible. A way it should have collapsed. If it did collapse, it didn't happen like that. If it was going to fall over, it should have fell over and hit a lot of other buildings and caused a lot of other collateral damage. But it fell in its own footprint, which means it was a controlled detonation. George Bush's family was in control of the security in those buildings. The guy who owned the buildings insured them. He didn't go to work that day. the airplanes that allegedly hit those buildings, how come the Air Force or the government didn't send up any fighter jets to knock them down? I believe one of the alleged airplanes hit an hour and 15 minutes after the initial bomb went off. They sent nobody up into the skies. Dick Cheney was running the country. I've seen too many videos. Dummy was down in Florida sitting in a classroom. And if you look at that video and you listen to what they were saying, talking to the kids, they were telling you that they were going to fly the airplanes into those buildings because the deep state has to tell you what they're doing to you, to us. COVID-19, they were talking about that in 1965. It's all an illusion, it's all in a matrix. But we accept it because they tell us what they're going to do to us, and we accept it. All we have to do is stop accepting it. But it's all coming out slowly but surely with the Epstein files and all that other stuff that they've been lying to us. But if all that was to come out now, half the country would be in civil unrest because they wouldn't be able to take the truth. So slowly but surely this is going to come out. Slowly but surely, just a little bit at a time. So this morning also I was watching CNN to talk about the fake news, and they were ripping Robert Kennedy Jr. apart, saying that he has no medical education. But why does he need that? The guy's a smart guy. When he was suing all the big pharma companies and winning as a Democrat, they all loved him. It's kind of the same motif with Donald Trump. When he was a Democrat, they loved him. Tulsi Gabbard, when she was a Democrat, they all seemed to love her. See how when they turn allegiance and they go to the other side because they start seeing through the BS of the Democratic Party, this is their playbook. They just throw the people under the bus. Robert Kennedy sued Big Pharma and it had won many cases. Vaccines. Lady this morning on CNN was saying that he had no business getting rid of vaccines because they're safe and effective. And I can't believe that lady would even say that. And if she has kids, man, she's just a soulless being to make a statement like that. I can't go a couple hours on my bike or being out in public without seeing a sick kid, an autistic kid, or a kid in a wheelchair. That didn't exist when I was a child. And the only thing that's changed is the medical association and all the shots that they want to give the children. But they want to throw this man under the bus because he wants them to have to start doing safety tests on these drugs that they don't do safety tests on. I'm not saying that they don't do them on all of them, but from what I understand, the vaccines, they just do whatever they like. They kill thousands and thousands every year. I think doctors are the second biggest killers in this country with misdiagnosis. So what are they teaching the doctors? They're not teaching them how to fix anything. They're just told what to do for symptoms. But they won't let this man do his job. But this lady has the audacity to say that vaccines have nothing to do with autism. It's a lie. If you do your own research, which means you can read, I've talked about this in a couple of my past videos about sudden infant death syndrome. It's all related to vaccines. It's the only thing that's changed. Everybody died suddenly the last 5 years. The only thing that's changed is what? The COVID-19 vaccine. So if YouTube wants to take my video down, or Facebook, because I'm telling the truth, I'm okay with that. Because everything I'm doing is documented. Everything I say might not make sense today, but it's going to make sense soon. I know I talk a lot of spiritual woo that people don't understand, but I like to think I talk a lot of common sense fact. I've never had a vaccine or a flu shot, and I've never been sick. But I've had every other sickness on this planet due to the devil that he put in front of me. And I accepted it with open arms. But I realized that it's just all part of the facade. Because they want us high, sick, depressed, drunk, suicidal. Oh yeah, the news don't tell you that all those trans shooters that are shooting up the schools are all on big pharma medications. Has nothing to do with the guns. Has to do with the brainwashing that's being done to the children, the indoctrination, transgenderism. Girls will be boys and boys will be girls. That's not God. Mutilation of children, that's not God. So anybody who's in favor of that, you might want to take a look at that. I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a libertarian. My political party is the children and God, and we're going to fix it. Stop buying all the BS, all the bullshit. They're trying to start world wars. It's all about the fear mongering. But once we realize what they're doing to us and we stop and we put our foot down and we take back what's rightfully ours, the meek shall inherit the earth. I guess that who that is. You and I. Everybody have a great day. Pray for your enemy. Pray for everybody who's suffering, especially the children. Better days are coming. Namaste.